Hello there my friends, and welcome back to another price projection video here on TA with MK. My name of course is McKay. In today's price projection video we're going to be talking about La Pew. If you don't know what I'm referring to, then you're probably not as old as me. There's an old cartoon with a skunk in it that went by the name Pepe La Pew. Of course, we're not talking about a skunk today, we're actually talking about a frog. That's right, we're talking about the meme coin Pepe, ticker PEPE. We're gonna do our best in today's video to give you some price projections based on some potential rankings of where Pepe might end up at the end of this bull run. We're gonna apply it to my formula and see what kind of prices we come up with based on different Bitcoin prices. Basically, wherever Bitcoin tops, we're gonna try to project where Pepe's price might fall at that time. And if that sounds interesting to you, consider doing me a favor and liking and subscribing to the channel, as it helps us to grow and spread these videos, of course, to a wider audience. And with all that out of the way, let's talk Pepe. Now, the first place we need to start out as far as finding the information that we'll need to apply to my formula is CoinGecko.com. You can also use CoinMarketCap.com. CoinGecko is just my preferred website for this. And we need to write down some information about Pepe, that information being its current position rank, which at the time of making this video is number 26. And then we want to write down its circulating supply and total supply, which in most cases they will differ. However, with Pepe, they are the exact same, which is nice, which just means that all of the coins are unlocked. They're all currently out in circulation. It just makes applying it to the formula much easier because we need to know the circulating supply, or roughly what it could possibly be, in order to come up with our price projections. Thankfully, this one will be pretty easy as the circulating supply is pretty straightforward, and the number we'll be using, of course, is this 420,690 billion. Now, of course, is where the magic begins. What you're looking at here is my Google Sheets document, and for those of you that are new to my videos, I'm going to roll about a 2-minute clip that explains what all these numbers here are that you're looking at. That way you can understand how we're applying them to the formula to come up with price projections. And of course, for those of you that have already been watching my price projection videos, you can use the timeline or chapters below to go ahead and skip past this part. Roll it. What you're looking at right now is my Google Sheets document. I will leave a link in the description of every one of these price projection videos that I put out. Now, I have a full-length video that goes over exactly how I came up with all of this, but just to save those of you the time that probably won't watch that, let me just give you a brief explanation here quickly of how this works. First, what we have here is projected or hypothetical Bitcoin prices ranging between 91,000 and 180,000, and below that in green, we have projected total market caps for all of crypto. That would include Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of the altcoins. Up here in a light brown color on the top left, we have projected dominance for each of Bitcoin and Ethereum. For those of you that are new to what that means, all it is in a nutshell is what percentage of the overall crypto market cap, or these total numbers, will Bitcoin and Ethereum actually take up themselves. Then just below the Bitcoin and Ethereum dominance, we have a total 3 projection, which will be the leftover percentage that would be divided amongst the rest of the altcoins not named Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it would be 35% of these each individual projected market caps that would be divided amongst all the rest of the altcoins. And then just below the green projected market caps for crypto based on those Bitcoin prices, we have the most important part of this video, which is these individual projected market caps for each position inside of the top 500, positions 3 through 500. And although not perfect, though nothing ever is when you're trying to project prices, the way that we came up with these is we just looked at the end of the last bull run when crypto peaked, and we looked at each individual position and figured out what the percentage of the overall crypto market cap at that time each position took up, which is what these represent here in orange. So then, of course, from there, we just applied that percentage to these overall crypto market cap projections, which then gave us projected market caps for each of these individual position ranks. Whew, all right, big breath. And then last but not least, if we go over here to formulas, all we have to do is take one of those projected market caps, divide it by the circulating supply of the coin, or the projected circulating supply of the coin at the time you plan to sell, and that'll give you a price projection for that coin. That would, of course, give you a projected price based on ranking. Just below that, you could actually give a projected ranking based on price. You could have a price target for your coin, times that by the circulating supply, which would of course give you a market cap, which you could then compare over here on the chart and figure out what ranking would likely need to be possible for your coin to reach that price. Okie dokie, what we're gonna go ahead and do next is I'm gonna go ahead and do the math on the formula for the first price projection for you. That way you can see how I'm doing this. And then I'm just gonna present the data for the other possible rankings that I've come up with. So the first thing we gotta do is we gotta go down to position number 26 here on my Google Sheets document. We can see across from that the first projected market cap is 11.2 billion. Again, again, that is based off of 91K Bitcoin. So if we scroll down here again to position number 26, 11.2, we're going to go ahead and head over here to CoinGecko super quick. We're going to copy this circulating supply just so it's easy to paste into the calculator. Come back over here, pull back up the calculator, and we have 11.2 billion. So we're going to type in 11.2 billion divided by, we're going to go ahead and paste that gigantic circulating supply, hit equal, and that's going to give us our first projected price for Pepe of 2.66. Now, the important thing to keep in mind in regards to that is if you look at the very end of this calculation, it says -5. Basically what that means is you take this decimal point and you move it to the left 5 places. So the actual price projection would be 0.0000, so 4 zeros, and then like 266. Alrighty, next up I'm going to go ahead and read off some different price projections based on the average price of different positions. Now, if you look here, for example, I have rank number 26, which is where it's at now. So this is projecting that it were to stay put at that spot. We have different market cap projections. Now, I'm not going to read each of these individual prices that are across from like 91K through 150K Bitcoin. What I am going to read is the average price, which would be based on 117K Bitcoin. If you want to look at these individual prices, go ahead and pause the video at any time and you can read those to yourself. Now, so again, for rank number 26, that's if it stays put, we have an average price of 0.40 and 345. If Pepe were to move all the way up to position number 20, again, we have these different market cap projections, and the average price for that would be 0.4052, again, based on 117K Bitcoin. And then finally, if Pepe were to move all the way up to position number 15, which would be pretty bullish, we have an average price there of 0.4068. And again, one more time, that's based on 117K Bitcoin. And then just real quick before we move on, I want to give one ultra bullish projection. This would be based on 180K Bitcoin and Pepe being somewhere between position 13 and 15, so just taking the average of those positions. Now, this isn't necessarily my prediction. I'll give that at the end of the video. But for those of you that are really bullish on Bitcoin and Pepe, we have this projection of a market cap of a little over 47 billion or 47.5 billion, and the price there would actually be 0.30113. If those numbers got a little bit confusing for you, I don't blame you. That's a lot of numbers. So to make it a little simpler to kind of see what these prices represent, we're over here on the TradingView chart for Pepe. This is the MEXC exchange chart, and what I have here is 3 horizontal lines, each representing those prices we just discussed and positions. We have yellow, blue, and red. So if we zoom in here, we have position number 26, which was the 0.40345. From where we're at now, that would be about a 3x. And then you have the blue one here, which is position number 20, 4 zeros and 5.2. That'd be about a 4.5x. And then we have position number 15, of course, which was 4 zeros and 6.8, which from where we're at now would be about a 6x. Oh, and of course, we don't want to forget our ultra bullish projection, which would be, if we zoom out even further, up here, clear up at position number 15 in orange, based on 180K Bitcoin. That was the 0.30113. And from where we're at now, that would actually be about a 10x. And then, of course, to wrap up today's video, what is my personal prediction or projection for the price of Pepe, the frog coin, the meme frog, for this bull run? Well, if we zoom in here on my green horizontal line, I have it ending up at position number 25, which is just one position higher than where it currently sits. I do think it'll fluctuate anywhere from position 20, could even dip a little lower at some point, could go back up somewhere around the 30 to 35 range, but ultimately I think it ends up at position number 25. My projections are based on 115K Bitcoin. That price for Pepe coming in at 0.40376, which at the time of making this video, from where price currently sits, would be a little over a 3x. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. As always, if you haven't already, consider liking and subscribing to the channel as it helps it to grow. Also, if you're enjoying these price projection videos, there's a playlist that should be popping up now, as well as another video. You're welcome to watch those. And on my way out, as always, remember, invest in yourself.